Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens. I wanted to show you my new model. And first, I want to tell you all the story of how all this came to be. I bought an airbrush, paintbrush gun. Nice little compressor. It's nothing fancy. In fact, it's one of the cheapest ones you can get. I'm a beginner. I don't need anything fancy. I've always wanted to work with an airbrush. I said a long time ago, after the last time I got robbed, that if I'm purchasing something, it's stuff that I want in my life, stuff like that. And I was watching, this is all Adam Savage's fault. I was watching Adam Savage on YouTube, and he was doing one of his miscellaneous one-day builds or whatever, and he was working with an airbrush, and I was going, man, every time in my life, I've been doing something, where I've gone, man, this would be so much better if I only had an airbrush. And the last time that really happened was when I was building my Arizona model. And so I bought this airbrush off Amazon, and it came in, and I was waiting on the paint. And I said, well, how am I going to play with this other than on paper or cardboard or whatever? I said, I want something three-dimensional. I could have made this very easy. I can go to Hobby Lobby and get some plaster, whatever, Monster Head, whatever, it's an airbrush. You can do whatever you want to with it. But I decided I wanted to build a model. And I said, well, okay, the last time I built the Arizona, I really wish I could do it with an airbrush. And so I said, well, I'll just rebuild the Arizona. I built it, two or three times already, and I'm very comfortable with it. So it's a model that I'm comfortable with, that I can put together, that I already kind of know what I want to do. So I went to Hobby Lobby, and they were out. And so right below the shelf where it said U.S. Arizona, and there wasn't anything, there was the Missouri, the Battleship Missouri, which is another standard Rebel model. And so I'm sitting there looking at the Missouri. I'm like, I could make the Mighty Mo. Sure, why not? Pretty battleship. And as I'm sitting there looking at it, my eyes kind of just tracked off to the right there, and I saw the Enterprise. And it was a crap model. It was like a 7-piece model. It was like you had the primary and secondary hull and the two nacelles, and like you glue the top and bottom of the, two little clear plastic pieces for the bridge and the underlight or whatever. That was, it was nothing. It was, I was like, I don't want that one. Well, right beside it was another one that had like 9 pieces, just a little bit more complicated. And in retrospect, I could have easily just gotten one of those and put it together and had something to paint with my freaking, airbrush, which was the whole point the whole time. But instead, I bought the one that was right to the right of that, which was this. The AMT Star Trek 50th anniversary. Came with this plastic sleeve I've got in there. Made it look very fancy. What is it? I think it's 1 to 500, something like that. There is not much information on this thing, actually. It's kind of crappy. But anyway, as I stated in my last video, I'm not saying that every model that AMT makes is crap, because I've seen other guys build this exact model on YouTube, and they didn't seem to have any problem with it. I've been contacted by a couple of modelers since I've been making this video, and they've told me that there's a first series and a second series. This is the second series, and that they have had some issues out of that second series, production value issues. They're spotty. Like, one you get is fine, the next one you get is unbuildable. It's a 33-piece model, and I couldn't make it. So that's just it. It pissed me off, something fierce. I was very upset the other night when I finally figured out that the pieces, I thought that no matter what, it's a plastic model. I can heat it, I can warp it, I can do whatever I want to with it to make it work. And I got to a point where there was no way I could still make it work, but it would look like crap, and I didn't want it to look like crap. So I ordered another one. I did what I should have done in the first place and ordered a Revel model. I ordered one here. Show you the mop box first. This is out of Revel, Germany. There's a German Revel company and there's an American Revel company. There's a story behind why that is, but I'm not going to get into that at this point. It is a 1 to 600 scale. It's a little bigger. The saucer section is about a half an inch in diameter, bigger all the way around, so an inch. Probably come out, this one was 18 inches. This one probably come out to about 19 and a half, I would think. So it's just a little bigger. It is obviously higher quality out of the box, just in the way the scree. And by the way, I know this stuff isn't called scree. That is a word I made up when I was 9 years old because I didn't know what to call it. I think it's called sprue. I think is the proper terminology for the stuff your model is stuck to. But I've called it Scree since I was 9 because I didn't know what to call it, and that's what I started calling it. So you can all kiss my butt. Anyway, the detail on this one is great. The Scree sprue, whatever, is there's not a lot of extra. The production value is quite high. It looks like they recently cleaned the mold or something because it's very nice. What can I say? I don't particularly care. They've got, I don't know if you can see that in this. I don't have the high def on, actually. And even when I do, this little camera's crap. And one of my light bulbs went out. I apologize for the bad lighting here. But they've got decking detail in the, or panel detail in both the top and the bottom that I'm not actually particularly a fan of. It's a little too much. I kind of like that smooth finish on it, but it'll work. It's a lot better than not enough. This model is made for lighting. I'm not going to light this model. I've been in kind of a personal battle with myself about whether to light this model or not. I don't have any of the equipment left anymore. I don't even own a soldering iron at this point in time. And lighting a model like this, I've watched a couple of videos in the past couple of days of guys lighting these videos. It's a chore. It looks great. I may, after putting this first one together, if I like it and it goes together, and once I'm comfortable with it, it's, again, like the Arizona, once you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with it, it's a completely different thing that you can play with. But when you're first putting one together, it's a different story. Instructions or otherwise, you're still kind of feeling in the dark on some things. And I don't want to do that. I really want to just kind of put this thing together nicely and paint it. The whole point was to just play with my airbrush, man, which is a shame. It's a beautiful model lit, but I'll try to make it a beautiful model not lit. It's pretty, man. There's a lot of, I think this one's, how many pieces is it? I think it's 130 or so, 140, maybe, something like that. It's got to say on here somewhere. Hold on. Well, I'm sure it does. Scale 1 to 600. No, it doesn't really say. Skill level 3, though. That's nice. Better than the skill level 2. Like I said, I'm sure it says on, I think it's 130 something, 136 or something like that. So about 100 more pieces than my last model, this is the kind of model I'm used to making. This is, it's not too difficult, but it's difficult enough to give you some fun and entertainment, which is the whole freaking point. And so, yeah, I'm going to start on this one over the next couple of days. I am going to watch a couple of videos of other guys making it so that I have a good idea of any challenges that might come through, and try to figure out a good order of operations the way I want to do it, get it painted on the inside. And, all the windows are cut out. They have actual windows, unlike the last one, which that was one of the first things I bitched about. And they look nice. They really do. So I'm very happy for being so pissed off the other day. I am going to keep this model. Maybe at some point in time in the future, I'll decide to go ahead and try to fit it together and put it together. Mostly, I just want to beat it with a hammer, but I'm not going to. So anyway, this ought to be fun. I'm going to take my time on it. I'm not going to be in any hurry about it because I do want to make it nice. I do have the basic tools for modeling now back again. I had to go buy more. But one of the reasons it took so long to get things done on this one was a lot of my modeling supplies that I'd had before I hadn't used in long enough that they had gone bad. The putty had turned into this nasty powder that really smelled like excrement. All my paints had dried up, stuff like that. I had to go make some more purchases. Ended up spending a lot of money on this stupid model that I can't even build. Not just because of what I spent on the model, which wasn't that much, but because of all the extra crap I ended up having to get. But anyway, that's what you do when you're making a model. So I'm not going to start on tonight. I've got kind of a headache, and that's not the place to start. I'm going to look at the instructions a little bit. Unlike, again, the AMT model came with one single page of instructions back and front. Just, high quality. This one actually has a nice instruction booklet with full page instructions. They don't look particularly hard, which is good. I'm not, like I said, I don't want I don't want something above my pay grade. I just want to enjoy making a model and end up with the Enterprise. That would be nice. So anyway, there's I will talk to y'all later. I did get a cheapo, literal dollar store GoPro camera so that I could record myself doing this, but I can't find my little mini, chip that came out of my last phone. It's got to be around here somewhere, but if it isn't, I'll have to pick one up, which is kind of required to make it work. But it's literally a little cheapo GoPro that I can mount on stuff and edit here on Clipchamp that I make these on. Anyway. So I will talk to you later. Good day, good night, good luck, good life.